If she tries to fall on my knee. I'm tired of jealous people that are twice my age getting upset that I walk around having a good time and going in. Oh. I'm tired of jealous people twice my age getting upset that I feel good and have good energy. Are people that must have spent the 90s at bars. It's that thing where you're like, ask a normal question, you seem to have a normal conversation, but you use the sub-communication to say what you're really trying to say. So, like, there's a guitar there. A normal person would be like, hey, is that a guitar? What these fucking losers. Because no one that ever talks like this is not a loser. Trust me. They might thought that it was cool back in the day, but that's fucking pathetic. If somebody like something simple, like, is that your guitar or how are you doing? But instead they go, is that your guitar? Is that your guitar? This angry forward moving attack. It's a real spiritual rape. And my fucking boss did it to me today. He tried to boss me around in front of some other guy. And I'm like, it doesn't make me feel emasculated. It doesn't make me feel humiliated. It makes me upset that that person got away with being around children. When I see people that do masculinity checks that are over 40 years old, all I can think about is, why is God allowing these people around children? I wouldn't let him around my kids now. He's done way too much fucking crazy ass shit. You heard? Ain't no way I'd ever let him around my kids. I don't want them to experience borderline pedophilia. Where's my wallet? I've been enjoying walking. You heard me. So, we've back out into the outside. Hello everybody, it's me, your favorite homeless guy, and I'm here with pants that are falling down. But I'm not a liar, so they remain unburnt. Okay, this is what I shoveled. Oh, I shoveled this. Where's everybody, man? God. So, when I got attacked today, for the next, I don't know, 6 hours, I've been sitting in the tent fighting off the spiritual attack. I don't understand why God has told me that was the nail on his coffin. That was the last straw for my boss, Eric. He played too many power games. He attacked the Chosen One too many times. He failed to follow through with all the inspirational ideas that I had given him. He eventually just decided, once that he had enough proof that he had in fact helped me, regardless of me as a human being or the actual situation we're all in, he was only in it for himself. Once he had looked like on paper he had done something, and everyone had made a change in his image, because that's all he cared about, he started self-sabotaging, hoping that he could instigate me into doing something that he could play victim card with. You know who else does that? My mom. You know what my mom's last name is? The same as his. You know who else does that? Erica Kirk. You know what his name is? Fucking Eric. Same slimy behavior that they have no idea they're doing, and they can't take accountability for it, and they really believe that they're smarter than us. They think we're just fucking stupid. They think that we don't have the ability to discern what they're doing. The problem is there's just so many white lemmings that follow the leader. And if you just say it with enough emphasis, they'll just follow right behind you. Yo, what am I two up to? Let's do behind you, keep walking fast. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I rebuke any spirits in the name of Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach. And I'm going to get my pack of American spirits because I have $115 now, and I'm going to spend $15 on cigarettes. I'm not happy about it, but as I'm sitting in the tent, I'm fighting off the spiritual attacks, and it's just raping me, man. It's torture. So, at least when I smoke, there's like this bit of focus that goes and churns into forward, and then in the healing process of it, there's an alchemical transmutation. Smoking a pack a day, smoking anything more than 3 cigarettes a day is way too much. But I just don't understand. I don't understand, man. I don't understand why people act this way. Let's walk on the trail. There's nobody behind me. But I do see like spirits a lot. It's like the veil is really thin lately. And then I was like, man, what are the themes? Sexual transmutation, the underworld, and seeing spirits in our everyday life. You know what that sounds like? Scorpio. So I check it out, and guess what? The moon is in Scorpio. Isn't that crazy? How I fell into my 8th house further. And the theme of our lives would change. See, like I'm just like walking down, and there's these bright lights behind me, just right on the side of my peripheral. And then crow goes off in the middle of the night. What the fuck? I'm seeing flashing lights, man. It's Kanye West in this bitch. I have enough on my I have $4 on my Venmo. So potentially, I think I'll save that, and I'll just get some smokes. Do I have my lighter? I didn't bring my fucking lighter, so I guess I'll get lighter. I have my ID. I didn't get a chance to shower, but tomorrow it rains, so eventually I'm hoping. There's a guy that in my hometown, that removes white supremacy tattoos for free. I don't have enough to get my tattoo removed. It's not white supremacy. It's actually the opposite. It's the Avatar White Lotus. It is white, but it meant the masters of all the different tribes working together in secret for a better tomorrow. No matter what war is going on, these masters of firebending, swordbending, earthbending, they all work together in the White Lotus. So I got that. And since I got it, I've been feeling like tortured. My entire left side of my head, neck, and chest always gets hurt. Since I got it, it's always dull. I haven't been able to think clearly since I got it. So I'm just going to go in and tell him I feel like there's a satanic thing with it. And I think that I was led to get the neck tattoo by a demonic force. So maybe you could throw me a bone here and remove it. And that way I'll know for sure if that's what it was. So then you know in the future if people try to come in to get neck tattoos removed. Because after my little brother got a neck tattoo, within a few months, he was smoking fucking crack. You know? Everyone there was just this wave of kids that were in their 19 to 20s, like early 20s, that they were people that were like considered genuine, like generally attractive guys, but they had bad home lives and a lack of a father figure in their lives. And in that time period, it was like all of them were unable to find their blessing of being like a guy that girls liked. It was like his masculinity just was like deleted. And all of them were just trying to like, shit. The red pillars are kind of right. Steph is cold. Like now that I'm not really attracted, like it's not an attraction was gone, but it was like, now that I'm thinking about stuff other than like teen hormones, I don't even like being around my girlfriend. And I really just want to like live my life and have fun. When I go see other girls, there's no issue. But when I'm around these girls, and coincidentally all the girls were friends, it was like God made them all realize that the girlfriends were thoughts and that they were pieces of shit. But then they all got a neck tattoo. And coincidentally, like 2 of us were there on the same day. Like we both went at the same time to get the neck tattoo. And we both got neck tattoos. And all of us, like I've met all of them for a while. I seem to be the only one that isn't fucked up. And I'm telling you, I'm pretty fucked up. So maybe my awareness of it has helped me a lot in defense. But like half of the people that I know from that group that got neck tattoos died. So I think it was like a satanic thing. I think we hadn't realized that the enemy had the ability to influence our thoughts. And it drove us to get neck tattoos. And after that, everybody's life went extremely far downhill. I went from like 50 likes on my profile picture. Everybody loved me. Everybody wanted to be around me. Everyone would talk about me, about how cute I was and stuff. And girls would knock on my door and want to come inside stuff. To no likes on my profile picture. Nobody wants to be around me. The entire town is talking shit. And I was left out to die. And I had to fight for my life for years. Right at like a month after I got the neck tattoo. And a month after the other guy got a neck tattoo, it was like his mother died or something. And he developed like a severe alcohol addiction, crashed in a drunk driving accident. The other guy he became homeless, started smoking crack. They thought he had schizophrenia because he was talking about demons attacking him, which is what all of us are talking about. And then I found out like the big thing in Satanism is that you have to destroy your throat chakra. You speak into existence, that's your power. Like one of the humans' biggest gifts is their ability to channel their heart. The throat chakra is just as important as everything else. They're all equally important. But having this neck tattoo has like destroyed it. And it just feels like it's like an open doorway sometimes that I'm trying to close and I can't. And I think that's the case with cigarettes. I think that's why they made the kids take the vape. Hey man, you were pretty funny, but gone. Sorry, I'll never see you again. Forever, bro. You're gone. That sucks. So this is what it looks like at night. I like when it's warm. I think there are places that are this warm all year. This is the perfect temperature. I think it jumped up to 50 degrees today. We must have had like a hurricane in the south. And the storm made it up here because it's been 50 degrees for like 3 hours. And it was negative below zero like a day and a half ago. It went from below zero to 50 degrees, and it's gonna rain today, all through tonight, all through tomorrow night. And it's like, it's just so weird because I had been depressed and I let all the snow cover everything I owned. And I was like, I can't find anything because the snow has gotten everywhere. And then like 2 days later, there's a snowstorm or a rain. Rain will come down and it's going to get rid of all the snow. And then it will go back to zero. It's just kind of freaky and weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I know that these houses even have people in them? Do you think it was normal once that for like people like me that are just traveling through, or like just don't really have a primary residence but are just in the area as like a nomad, do you think it is normal at one point in life that people used to walk up to people's doorways, knock on the door, and just say, "Hi, I'm new to the area and I'm just trying to meet everybody and hang out. What are you guys up to?" And people would be like, "Well, I'm working in my garage. I'm reading my book in my study." And then, see, that way of life, that's why I think I'm an ancient soul. Because right now, the way the world is, I'm not doing well socially. But I'm really good at that way. Maybe it's because I was raised by old people, like over 60. But it's really easy for me to walk up and be like, "Oh shit, what are you doing in the garage? Oh, that's cool. I got a Cuban cigar in my bag. We can split if you want." And just talk about, like, I saw this Cooper's hawk outside this property down the road. I think it hunts every morning. If you want to see a Cooper's hawk, I bet you can find one around like 10 a.m. outside this property. And I reckon if we get together and post it on the bulletin board that on Saturday we're all going to get together with sleds and we're going to spend the whole day by the McDonald's on that big hill, sledding down the hill. And then after that, I think I'm going to go get a grill and I'm going to cook up hot dogs for everybody. And we're just going to play snow baseball, where we're all going to get our gear on and go out to the baseball field and play baseball. Like, that seems like way more normal to me. But when I try to live like that now, nobody thinks I'm cool. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. They think I talk like that, and people think I'm fucking schizophrenic. Isn't that crazy? That I'm just kind of like lost in time, I guess. I think maybe I was like alive during the 1700s or something. And then I spawned here. Maybe I like did a quick stint of being born in 1930 so that I could die, or maybe 1928, so I could die at 18 in 1945, breaking down the barrier so that we could get through and kill Hitler or something. And then I accidentally found a UFO and they had to kill me or something in like one of the bottom chambers. And then I woke up again in the 60s and I lived just long enough to die in my third tour of the Vietnam War. That's what I think that's how I spread my ancient lives out. I think I've been in a lot of war. The way that I walk around, my sense of like everything is bullshit, my like inherent masculinity. The problem is just they got me too young. They traumatized me too young. And now I have all this residual shit I can't remember. Because if I could remember what they did to me, I could just say, no, that was false evidence appearing real. That person that hurt me was just a wimpy bitch. But I can't remember. Read. There's only like 1,000 people in this area. There's really just no one around. Like, I bet you the people that live in these apartments are like multi-gen families that own a local business here, and they have a good deal to be paying rent for both their apartment and their restaurant space. And then the rest are like nurses, local doctors. I just don't understand why I've never lived downtown in a building. I don't know the allure of it. Why do people pay the extra money and they eat less and enjoy less of life to be centrally located, if not for sex? That's the only thing I can think of. What up, Hambone? I'm trying to discover the secrets of this human world, because I think I'm reincarnated from like long times ago, like 100 years ago. Like I think most of my lives, if I was reincarnated, were just in war. Like I lived long enough to enjoy a childhood, and then I went to war and I did really well and then died at the end of it. And the whole purpose was just to respawn again at another point in time and then have a nice childhood just to go to war again and then do really well and then die at the end of it. Like I just have this feeling that my past lives were people that have medals of honor and like Purple Hearts and stuff, or like war bonnets. It's crazy that like your neighbor could have been fucking Sitting Bull or Crazy Horse and you'd have no idea. And also, if he's not the exact soul, he could be a descendant. Like that native man, Rick, that I was talking about, he's got a bunch of native tattoos, but you wouldn't think he's native, but he is like more than 50%. That guy, like sometimes when you're sitting with him, his ancestor could be, I swear to God, that car's license plate just said standoff. Like I'm gonna have to fight somebody. But either way, no. I used to crawl into a dryer in the laundromat when it was like -10 out in 2022. And the owner would scream at me and he would try to make me leave, and I would just pretend I was a pile of clothes. And he would get really mad, but it is what it is. And then at night, I would just shit directly into a toilet, or not a toilet, a trash can. And then I would take the bag and I would throw it outside, replace the bag, and then bring my studio in a laundry cart from my broken down car into the laundromat. And the guy's pissed and he's watching me on camera, and I'm just like freestyling. You're all that I want, you're all that I need, it tastes so sweet, and she goes down smooth like mac and cheese. I'm just another motherfucker from the gutter, so don't be trying nothing. I'm going to take over the responsibilities of, as long as my boss eventually stops being such a cringe competitive man. Hey, check it out. 11:35. Howdy, partner. Do I have $1? No, I don't have it. Shovel? No, I'm gonna... Oh, fuck. They gotta put some goddamn ice, man. Or some salt. Do you know where the salt is?
No clue.
It's not... I work at Chandler, but this is not my job. You know what I'm saying? It's locked. Man, have a good night. I'm gonna have to tell them that I was almost assaulted because of the lack of salt. There's a smoke on the ground. There's a homeless woman just chilling. That was me. I used to do that. I still do that some nights. I wanted to see if I could get a soda from the soda machine. And then I almost fell on my fucking head because of the salt, man. That was not kosher. You know, I think salt is like really important spiritually because it's come up a lot recently. Like when I feel like I'm under heavy spiritual attack, I'm yearning for like potato chips, man. When I was in the cabin and my ancestors were talking to me heavily all the time because I had set up this spiritual whirlpool to get to me, it wasn't like blocked by all this societal stuff. When I was just alone in the woods and I could see the aliens for real, like just standing there out in the woods. And not just like vaguely see them. Back when my third eye was popped wide and I was alone out in the woods screaming with the animals, and just an animal out there channeling the energies through us all. We were all connected and it was amazing. They would tell me to take with my Walmart delivery, buy Himalayan pink salt or like rock salt or something, the specific product, and then buy Epsom salt and buy regular table salt, and then put them on the doorways and seal off the whole square, and then pay attention to the invasive thoughts. And when I did the salt, the invasive thoughts would go away. There was actual negative demonic entities on me all the time. And when I would put the salt in the cabin, they would go away for a little while. But I noticed the wind, like gusts of wind would like get really heavy, specifically right at one random doorway. I'm finna have to. Do you have to let it linger? Howdy. Meant to be friends. Yeah. Oh man. Let's just get the caffeine today. Let's just get the pineapple and the orange. It's gonna come to $20, man. There's a rover. If you win, you gotta share it with us.
Oh, yeah.
We're blessing you.
Huh?
I said we're blessing you with our presence. We're making your luck. I think so.
No, I don't want to do it.
Try the 11. Do you scratch them or do you just have her scan it?
No. I scratch it.
That's fun.
Let's see if this one does it. There's no gem in there, so. Just like that, amen. Now this one, they say at 1 in every 3.3.
1 in every 3.3. Wonderful time of year.
Oh, God. God, that's nice so dark out.
Have a good night. How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
I'm good. Can I get a pack of American Spirit dark green, sorry. Next to that one. Let's hope so. Is that dark green it says? Yeah. Dish.
Is that all?
Can I get a number 11?
You have to pay for cash for those? Do you have cash?
Don't have cash, it's fine. Not today.
22.97.
Right.
Yeah, all water, you have to use cash.
Yeah, damn. Sometimes I just come in and I'll just sit here, and if I hear like 11, I pick it, I'll win like $150.
Oh, wow.
One time I won like $500 just standing here waiting for my first thought.
Yeah.
And I gave it all to like this old woman. Because I was like, it was special I got it. I should give it away.
Yeah.
Alright. I will, thank you. You too. That's not Mark. You going in? Alright. You're good. I'm about to have mine. The most wonderful time of the year. There will something, just have a good cheer. You know, I'll let people think I'm crazy, but I'll never not tell the truth. Because the people that I tend to say the stuff that are like, damn, that guy's nuts. Within 6 months, they'll like message me and say like, dude, you weren't crazy at all. Holy shit. My coochie's hairy. Oh. Nice. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Well, I bought this pack of smokes. Oh my, okay, it's in my pocket. I was like, where the hell did I just put my drinks? I hope Mr. Crow got removed from the property. Mr. Crow over there. Fucking piece of shit. I'm gonna have to reorient. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I should have told her to pick number 11. I knew it was number 11. I guarantee you next time I'll come in, I'll be like, did you sell a number 11 card? And it won, and she'll be like, yeah. And I was telling the truth. I did win like $500. It wasn't all on the same day. And I did give it all away. That was a couple months before I started really getting into this. Like the beginning of 2023. No, the beginning of 2024, like January. Because I got here in late March, I think. My coochie is hairy. I think he's native, my coochie. And he's a very hairy man. Blowing and towing and mowing and growing and have a good fear. It's the most. Skibbity toilet. Skibbity toilet. Skibbity toilet. Skibbity toilet. Man, I could have got that homeless woman a coffee, but you know what I'm saying? It ain't really. Everything is not as it seems. Everything is not as it seems out here in Beverly Hills. There's witches among us. There's an imposter among us. Dude, you can't just leave that out, fam. The snow will get into the outlet, man. Look. Fucking, I told you my boss has gotten kind of wimpy but I came in today and I cleared out all this ice. He like is boycotting the shovel or something. So we don't have the shovel we need. And I don't know why they didn't message me. They have my number. If they wanted me to come clear this ice, all they had to do was ask. And they didn't. It's like Casey doesn't do anything, but the white people go insane. Dude, I love when the sky's like this. That's clouds up there. There's like such a thick sheet of cloud, and the moon is out, that it makes field of vision. I mostly just dump on the ground, and I blame it on the dog. When I was like 8, we went camping in Hampton, and I was with my cousin Ariane, and she was we were just fucking hanging out playing mini golf, and I was like, watch this. And I walked right next to the building. Everybody's in there at the gift shop, people are playing golf. And I fucking just stick the biggest shit you've ever seen in your life just right there on the golf course, the mini golf course. And then immediately I look at her and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? This dog just shit. And then I went And I told them, I walked right into the building, went right up to the employee, said, a dog just pooped on the floor here. And then he goes out and he sees an adult human-sized shit from an 8-year-old boy that everybody saw me shit. They saw me go in and lie to them. And they saw me bring them out and point at my shit and lie to them without wiping. And then, like, a couple years later, we went back, and I remember I used to sing Katy Perry. Because I really liked this song by Katy Perry. I think it was Dark Horse. There was a song by Katy Perry, and I really liked a cappella covers. I really liked a cappella covers. Now I'm like, oh, I get it. I mean, that's how my ancestors used to chant and sing. How does that make me feel? The cigarette? It gives me a hit of, I think it's anxiety, and that allows me to become hypervigilant because usually my PTSD makes me shut down. And I realize that all these energies around me that are causing my voice to be this high pitched is not me. Like there's just this dark thing connected to my side right here, and I haven't been able to get it off, no diddy, for like 3 or 4 years since my mom lied to the police one night and they maced me, threw me on the ground, and then she ran out and I felt her penetrate my spirit because they had essentially like put me in the most vulnerable state I could be in. Disoriented, floored, knees on me, don't know what's going on because I hadn't committed a crime. She lied to them maliciously. And she continued to lie maliciously for years. When she came out and hit me like that, spiritually, it never left. And I've been fighting off that for 4 years. Trying to make it stop and make it go away, and I can't. And when I start to, she'll start to go on Facebook and she'll continue to lie about me. Not the dump incident. That was just smoking a cigarette makes me realize that I have this residual spiritual attack trauma. The dump, I think I was possessed as a child. I think I was traumatized. I mean, I can't speak for being before 3, but my first memory is my grandparents' house, I think, and they have this metal structure and a swing set outside, and I'm looking out the window, and then I just kind of teleport. I black out, and then I remember being at the swing set. And I remember they had these old red and white floral pattern furniture, like old people stuff. It was nice. And the next memory is me, I'm in this dark hallway, and there's this sunflower, and it's staring at me, and then it was like a delayed reaction from when they turned it on, and then it came alive, and it was like, ha 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 ha. My fucking possessed parents put me in a hallway, and they put fear, let there be light. And they scared me for fun as a child. Who knows how many times they did that, and they just don't remember because their brains don't work. My next memory, my dad wants to bring me back to Blockbuster Video to Return the Land Before Time. My favorite one with the fish. The third one. And my mom is like, no, Casey needs to go to bed. And Gary's like, he'll get tired on the ride. My dad just wants to hang out with me. And I was like, no, he needs to go to bed. And then my dad was like, well, fuck off or something. He was like, just stop. Stop. Stop trying to project into my brain, bitch. Basically. And eventually he grabs me and takes me to the truck. Or the car, it might have been the truck. And I remember being scared in the car. Or the truck. Like, all my trauma is being helpless, and I'm around people that will react volatilely to anything, and like worried that if I say the wrong thing or I breathe the wrong way, I might accidentally set them off. And then later, I think I just broke, and then I would just start screaming. Maybe I learned it from my mom. When I wanted to get my Lego toy, I would just go, I want to get my Lego toy, I want to get my Lego toy, I want to get my Lego toy, I want to get my Lego toy for like an hour and a half maybe, trying to get him to go to Walmart to see this toy my mom's going to buy me the next day. I wanted to go see it. And eventually my dad's like, and he punched me. And that's not bad. You know, some people are like whipping babies with bells, you know what I'm saying? Tying people to trees and shit. A guy a couple months ago told me that when his family would go to work, they would take rope. And now I'm hearing he was lying, but who knows? Maybe he's lying. But either way, he told me that they used to restrain him to the bed for like 12 hours a day while they would go to work, because he used to run away from home when they would leave him at home. He'd like go on adventures. Turns out his birthday is December 11th, like mine. And I have a lot of trauma of just being randomly restrained and like locked in closets. Locked on, like, just randomly pinned to the ground and held there on the ground because I fit a description because I drove a Dodge Magnum. So a cop in New York would just rip me out of the car and floor me. For nothing. And then they just Googled it. They Googled young man in his 20s, and then they showed me a picture that kind of looked like me, but much better looking. Like a model. And they were like, this is the guy. I could have sued him. I should have sued him. It was an illegal search. It's probably too late now. It was 4 years ago. It is what it is, man. So, I'm learning through this. I actually learned from being here and these long car rides with my boss. And I'm not even sure if he's my boss. He's just in charge of recording my hours and paying me. I don't know what he is actually. But he's a Leo. And my dad's a Leo. And the same energy, that controlling thing. And that sort of fear of a higher realm of thinking that's in the future, I guess. Makes them mad. But it's Sagittarius season, man. But I realize now that the walking on eggshells and being afraid to actually be myself around people. Like I sort of condense. But Taurus is in the first house, in Saturn in my rising, which is exactly what it is. You find yourself through this grounding force, grounded connection through your heart space with this incarnational thing. Come on, bruh. Yeah, that's where the people think if I'm like psychotic, whatever. It's not schizophrenia or anything. It's just my natural resistance to that feeling of being trapped is that I tend to, hey, let's go. Sagittarius Sun. Sagittarius Mercury. How I communicate. And my Mars is in Aquarius in the 10th house. After this, I'm gonna post the some astrology stuff about your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Neptune, Pluto, Aquarius, Venus, whatever, North Node, South Node, Chiron, because it's extremely accurate. It is. It's real. They didn't just make it up. It's real. Since hanging out with him, it feels like the thing possessing him tries to use him to get other people. You'll often see him kind of like really, he just gets really close to people, and he uses that sort of magnetism to like really get them. And he'll get aggressive if you're free. I've noticed, like his tone gets darker, he gets more aggressive when I feel out of his control, and then I'll feel like hit, and then I can't sing anymore. Like my natural heart space is gone because the Leo took it for himself. And then my tarot reading will say, yeah, just stick it through. They're just exposing him. They're leading him down the road, making him feel like he's winning so that, bam, it gets him. You're just a powerful soul that can take the punches, so in order for God to meet him where he's at, he needs people that can take a hit. He needs people that can go through this abuse so that we can power through and show him a better way. And then, if I wasn't sure, he went 33, the Crows. 1133, Crows. I'm drinking a Rockstar. Recovery. And it's orange, 33. Is there an 11 on here somewhere? Yeah. When I was talking about salt, at the start of this video, I'm talking about salt and how important salt is. The highest concentrate is 11% sodium. I do this shit. I'm just gonna finish the cigarette here and walk back to the tent. I'm down to do numerology readings. Who do I think killed Charlie Kirk? What was the biggest Googled thing when Charlie Kirk died? So it's something that impacted the entire world. It took over the algorithm and replaced search results. It took the collective consciousness's attention to certain things. So as a Freemason, whatever, their job is to penetrate and change the collective consciousness to make them produce energy that they can use for manifestation rituals in their Jewish human sacrifice overseas. So what was the two biggest things when Charlie Kirk died? It was Charlie Kirk and it was the Charlotte stabbing. So I'm like, okay, char and char. What does char mean? Char means freedom. So there was two obvious attacks on our freedom with an agenda to attack a certain people. Blacks who say they're the true Israelites and the Jews who say they're the true Israelites. What does the Bible say about the Jews? It says that the Jews, what they believe is that the world will stand against the Jews because the Jews will be enemy number one, and the Jews will be against the entire world, and then the world will be defeated fighting against the Jews, and the Jews will win. So, if you have like a Jewish card, police will just let you off. There's a lot of videos you can find of people just saying like, since you're registered with this specific Jewish organization, we're just going to say, have a good day, man. And they're like, thank God, you know? Because they believe that they're the chosen people that are destined to be enemy number one until they finally defeat the world. So, they're trying to stage this anger towards the Jews. So that the world attacks them because they feel like they're going to win. And it's God's prophecy. So, I think we're going to find out both the Charlotte stabbing and the Charlie Kirk murder are going to be pinned on the Jews. I think Charlie Kirk didn't die. In the video, you know, you don't see a bullet hole. You see like a ketchup packet go out of his neck when he goes, and then obvious stuff that doesn't make sense to anyone with common sense because it's trying to unite the people against the Jews. It's all a stage. Candace Owens, before she took off and became the most popular person because of this CO versus Eric type thing, and Erica Kirk. It's all a stage. Before she blew up, she said candidly, she says, yeah, it's all a stage and we're all Freemasons and we control everything. And then she blew up because of the Charlie Kirk stuff. Literally on her channel, you can find her saying, yeah, it's all a stage. You can look and see that Candace Owens is a registered actor. She's never been in any movies. But she has a profile with all the actors in the union, and she's a registered actor. Erica Kirk was an actress before she became Charlie Kirk's wife, and she was working with Donald Trump with beauty pageants in Romania that was sex trafficking. Tyler Robinson, I think, was in a BlackRock commercial, or that was the guy that shot Trump. But Tyler Robinson has like obvious ties to BlackRock as well. BlackRock, or the cube inside the Star of David, or Mecca, or the Christian cross folded up into a cube, or Saturn. You can see, look up celebrity Saturn worship and their logos and stuff. The Nike swoosh is the ring of Saturn. Chase Bank is the other ring of Saturn, or Capital One of these banks. You can find Saturn worship everywhere. Internet Explorer, Grok, the G with the ring around it of Saturn. It's all a cult. A secret society that worships Capricorn, or LeBron James, the GOAT. Yeah. So it's all, Trump didn't get assassinated attempt. It was a stage to bolster his attention. So I don't think anybody killed Charlie Kirk. I think it's Total Drama Island, and you think they got voted off the island, but really they're on the other side of the island, chilling in the resort. Nipsey Hussle, I don't think he got shot. I think he's out in an island in South America somewhere. Just like Hitler was seen in Argentina years later, several times. People are like, yeah, he's here. Tons of stories you can find of Hitler just being spotted in South America for the rest of his life. Trump's grandfather was also a Nazi, by the way. And they wrote the book Barron Trump, the Last President, was written by Nikola Tesla's neighbor. And that was 100 years ago. They wrote about Barron Trump, the last president, and his mentor, Don. And eventually the world gets mad at Don and the last president, and they attack Fifth Avenue, where Trump Tower was built years after that book came out. Like half a century after the book came out, Trump built his tower right where Barron Trump, the last president, has the tower where the last president lives. Why do you think black people only have nightmares? I don't think black people only have nightmares. I knew a black girl that would sit in her house and she could control the energy of the room to make a lanyard on the other side of the room move with no wind. But I can communicate with animals. And I can see in spirit. I can communicate with my ancestors. I can feel the energy of the space change, like I'm exalted. I think the ancient Egyptians were closer to the Cree people. I think the Cree people were the ancient Egyptians. Because they're a native where'd everybody go? Oh yeah, your last one I have a dream was shot. That's pretty good. Well, everybody's gone. Have a good cheer. So with that, I think I'll go. And I'm going to listen to YouTube videos. Goodbye.